A long time ago, on a comics page far, far away. Greetings and welcome to May the Panel Be With You, the Star Wars comic book show brought to you by the Punch-Up Entertainment Network. I'm your humble host, Mike Gargoni, and joining me as always, the Mon Mothma to my Admiral Akbar, it's John Campbell.
Hello, everybody. That's right. The Jedi is still returning.
No, he's here. He's right over there. We saw him. He returned.
He's back. He's back. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
it's all good.
There he is over there. Well, they're actually, luckily, this comic, if you listen to last week's episode, Yoda's still alive, so we're all good on Jedi.
We're all topped up on Jedi. Yeah. Today we are talking about the third of 4 installments of the Marvel comic book adaptation of Return of the Jedi, the last Star Wars movie to ever be made, and there would never be more of them ever again.
I do love, once again, if you those of you who have investigated the history of the making of the Star Wars franchise and stuff, I love that, like, when it first started, Lucas was talking about, like, we could make 9 or 12 of these, and then after the difficulty of making these, he's like, no, we're stopping at 3.
And eventually, obviously,
yeah,
he would
yes,
come back around.
But initially, he was talking about, like, there was no end in sight. Sure. And then he was like, these are very hard to make. And we have to, like, invent totally new ways of doing special effects every time we make one.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately for the world, George Lucas does not have the sort of trench diving zeal that a James Cameron has, who is totally willing to invent new technologies every 3 years.
For 16 years and learn how to make water. Crazy son of a bitch. Anyway. So here we go. Return of the Jedi is still happening.
Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi number 3. This was released in December of 1983. We got a creative team that will sound very familiar if you've listened to the last couple episodes. It's Archie Goodwin on writing. We got Al Williamson on pencils, Carlos Garzon on inks, Bob Sharon on colors, and Christy Scheel on also colors, with some Joe Duffy doing some edits in the background. Joe Duffy, who is, of course, still doing the ongoing Star Wars book that we have broken coverage of to cover this adaptation.
Yes, I think that's interesting that she's also then editing on this, and I would be curious to know what conversations were happening, or did anyone even care?
Who's to say?
I don't get the sense there's a lot of synergy here.
Yeah, other than maybe just Joe Duffy has now been placed in charge of Star Wars generally, so is kind of overseeing the Star Wars desk at the Marvel bullpen.
Which doesn't mean much when it's one comic and this.
Yeah, but hey, get your name on as many books as you can. Make paper.
Get that money, Joe Duffy, no question. And of course, Jim Shooter is our editor-in-chief.
Well, that goes without saying. Like the Emperor, he lurks in the distance, and all proceeds as he is foreseen.
Do it. Secret Wars. Learn to poop.
That would be Secret Wars 2, okay? Is when Spider-Man taught the Beyonder to poop.
But that was the whole thing. It was all about vision. Building to that. It was eventually I've got to get there, and then we write the rest backwards. All right. Let's dive in. On the cover, it's 3 more of our characters.
Hey, everyone loves Han Solo in his cool Endor trench coat.
I actually have always loved that look for him.
And the angriest Leia you ever did see.
God, she's pissed. And kind of I think a lot of it has to do with the inking, but like the tiny little eyes on Chewbacca.
It's a neutral Chewie for sure.
Yeah.
He's contemplative. He's squinting. He's like, if we just consider what if thing on stick could be food.
That is very much what I think of Chewie as being. Incredibly contemplative. Doesn't fly off the handle. Really thinks things through.
Mm-hmm.
I will say they really didn't do much with these covers.
Yeah, I do want to bring up one thing back on the subject of Chewie, and it's something we'd never really contemplate all that much. And if you are contemplating it a lot, maybe talk to somebody about it. But that is
seek help.
Chewie's feet.
Ah, yes.
Look at Chewie's feet on this cover and tell me what you see.
He doesn't really have them.
Incorrect. Yes.
Yeah, it's just sort of like the fur just kind of goes down until it fluffs out, and that's it. But he doesn't really have defined feet. But if you look at the Chewie costume, he definitely does. It's
a little bit more Sasquatchian in nature. And
absolutely.
John, are you ruining your algorithm right now by typing in Chewbacca's feet?
Well, it says, would you like to search that again? But he does have defined feet.
Yes, no, for sure. He absolutely does.
Yeah. I didn't actually. I'm not going to pretend I had to look it up. I know what Chewbacca's feet look like.
And again, maybe the two of us who know these things should talk to people about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Professionals.
The fact that I can, without any thought, call up Chewie in extreme detail in my brain. And I can tell you that 3PO has one silver leg.
Yeah.
Until he doesn't.
Until he doesn't.
Which is very strange.
But anyway, that was just something I noticed on the cover that I was just like,
yeah,
Chewie just kind of pools in hair here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is just, well, you know what? Comic artists have never liked drawing feet.
No, I mean, just to kind of harp on it a little bit more, look at Han Solo's feet, and they're just blocks of wood.
Yeah, Leia's too. They just kind of are like the bare minimum of lines to establish a human foot. There's no detail to them at all.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, we can't all be Rob Liefeld, who just simply chooses not to.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about the genius of Mike Mignola always drawing a low fog.
Yes.
Every Hellboy comic, it's always a little bit of mist in the bottom of the, page. Brilliant. All right. Well, yeah. So there's our cover, and of course Darth Vader's up in the Marvel, logo box, being like, "I'm here too. Don't forget about me."
Don't forget about Vader. On our first page here, we have this continuing motif. We gave it some shit last time because I didn't quite realize it was a motif until this issue. And that is, our first page has this little art box with a hand holding a weapon across the page. The first one was Luke Skywalker's hand holding a lightsaber. That seemed natural. The second one was an Imperial guard holding a baton. I called that out as weird. And now we have an Ewok hand holding a spear.
I gotta say, this has the opposite problem of the Chewie hand. This is a little too human on the Ewok hand.
Ewok hands are like little nubbies. They got the 3 fingers, and
they do. But I will say, I have now called up some images. They're a lot furrier. The fingers are not quite as prominently detailed as they are drawn here.
Well, enjoy those Ewok details while you can, John, because they're going to get a lot vaguer and furrier the further we go in this book.
Well, yes, of course, as always. But it seems like that's Han Solo in his trench coat and the
of course, yeah.
And I don't know who that is behind him.
Leia, maybe, I don't know. She's got the half cape on.
Yeah, and the speeder bike helmet.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to.
Meanwhile, at Sullust.
Oh my God, the goddamn font of the titles of this thing.
Mission to Endor.
Yeah, it's gonna be wacky. Why is it in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit font?
Oh, see, I thought it was in the Kraft Macaroni and Cheese font.
Oh, I think they might be the same font. Either way, it's wacky, it's fun. Bring the kids. We're on a mission to Endor.
Oh, wouldn't you know it?
Oh, come on. Come on.
But, Sullust, here fighters and battlecruisers gather in vast numbers, gather to serve the rebel cause, gather to make their boldest and greatest strike against the tyrannical forces they have opposed so long.
I think your shift in voice is accurate to the whiplash of these. It's that cartoon font, and then warships have gathered to battle. Okay, look out, man. And then we're battling a tyrant. Oh, shit. Okay.
We have to fight fascism.
Yeah. All right, so we're on, and we're specifically focusing on the biggest of these vessels, which is the
Yeah.
Rebel command ship.
Which we
And
know is called Home 1, but don't worry about it.
no, well, they haven't made a toy yet, and so yeah, let's cut in there because we're also being told just very quickly here that Bothan spies, who we know have sacrificed themselves for this information.
We don't. This comic book never establishes that. As far as I know, as far as this comic is concerned, there are two people who are fine: Yoda and the Bothans.
I know it's amazing to me. We know, as in you and I know, that some Bothans lost their lives. Many Bothans, in fact, lost their lives.
But according to this, data brought by trusted Bothan spies has been confirmed. The Emperor has made a critical error, and the time for attack is at hand.
Yep. But let's cut inside where Han Solo can't believe that Lando has been made a general, and I kind of can't too. That's always been one of those like, okay, yeah, I guess we can assume through battlefield promotions he's really risen up the ranks, because he was, at the end of last movie, still kind of a traitor. Maybe
At
not
the
a
start
traitor.
of this movie, he's just like skulking around undercover in Jabba's palace. There's
I
a
will say-
hard cut from the escape from the sail barge to, and by the way, Lando's in charge of leading the attack.
They are very quick to name people generals in the Rebel Alliance, because I'm not
Well-
even sure Han really earns the general status.
They churn through generals pretty quick in the Rebel Alliance.
It's got to be battlefield promotions of like, I guess you have to be the general now,
The moment someone starts like taking any kind of leadership of just like, well, I gotta make some decisions because nobody else is, suddenly you're a general.
This isn't in the movie when he references his little maneuver at the Battle of Tanab? What the hell is that?
Battle of Tanab. Come on. That is absolutely in the movie, John.
Is it? Man, all right.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
Somebody must have told them about my little maneuver at the Battle of Tanab. Yeah, that's absolutely in the movie.
Where is the Battle of Tanab? What was that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right, there we go. All right. That's probably why it didn't stick with me, because it's not super important.
It is a line. It is a line in the movie that references something we never are told about, and
I'm looking
there
this
have
up.
been like 3 different versions of the Battle of Tanab.
I was going to say, because there's no way that they say something like that and somebody didn't write a book or something about it.
Yeah. Hundo%. Books, comics, you name it.
Yeah.
If you want a brief overview of the Battle of Tanab, I believe it is like a pirate conflict. Is what one of the like general always recurring details of it. Is there some kind of like pirate v corporate power thing happening, and Lando takes part in it.
Was an engagement between the Norlac Freebooters, a pirate gang, and the Tanab Defense Fleet, led by Lando Calrissian.
Sure.
Where is this referenced? I'm curious.
I mean, it's been like redone a few times. If I'm not
It doesn't
crazy,
look like
I think mostly it's shown up in like explainer guides and like
it seems like there is no like book that explains it in detail. It's only mentioned in a bunch of things.
Now, here's the thing, John. Are you looking at the canon section of Wikipedia or the legends section of Wikipedia?
I am looking at the legends section.
Okay.
I am looking at the legends, and once again, there is nobody's ever. I can't believe nobody's written like a full novel about it. But it seems like it's been mentioned in a number of things, including Tag and Bink.
Love me some Tag and Bink.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Oh, we absolutely will.
Yeah, it's anyway very interesting. That would be something that a comic book that was set between the two things could have explained, but whatever.
Anyway, Han's like, have you even seen one of these Death Stars?
I have. They're terrifying. Big and round. Awful.
We get some version of the dialogue we get in the movie of Lando being like, I'm surprised they didn't ask you. And Han's like, well, maybe they did, but I'm not crazy.
Yeah. They're buddies. They're bantering.
Mm-hmm. But then the chamber grows dark, and who's this? It's Mon Mothma.
With jet black hair, which he definitely doesn't have.
That's okay. She also isn't grieving the death of many Bothans. So there's lots of differences with this Mon Mothma.
That really grayed up her hair was the death of those Bothans. So without that, it's jet black, although it was never that anyway. And our old friend Admiral Akbar.
Yeah. So yeah, she goes on to talk about how there's this whole other Death Star, and then Admiral Akbar is just like, but there's also this energy shield. We gotta take care of that thing.
My energy shield.
Just like that.
Yep. Not a lot of call for my Akbar impression around the stuff I do, believe it or not. Lucasfilm, if you're looking for a new Akbar, I'm available.
They unceremoniously killed him in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, but he's back apparently in the new season of Ahsoka here, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for him. Glad he's getting work.
Yeah. It is like in Last Jedi, they're like, oh yeah, he's fucking dead. Jesus. Anyway, so he explains the whole thing and which will set up what becomes the whole second half of the movie, basically.
Yeah,
which is
it's like, look, we gotta take down the shield, then our ships will fly in, blow the thing up, we all go home happy.
Yeah.
But it's also, the Emperor's there, so we gotta take care of this.
Yeah, this is big, guys. This could be really big for us.
Then we got General Madine here, who has his fucking riding crop. This was always the weirdest thing with this guy.
It really tells you a lot about him, right? Like, it really paints a picture of a guy.
Because, okay, when you have, like, turn-of-the-century generals in, like, World War I, World War II, carrying that riding crop around, at least there is, like, this vague sense that, like, okay, maybe this guy rides a horse occasionally.
Maybe Patton sat on a horse at some point during this war.
Sure. But General Madine? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just has that stick to hit unruly rebels with.
Yeah. Pay attention, Solo. Yeah. So they really go into detail because he's there to say that, okay, here's how we're going to do it. We found this Imperial shuttle, and we're going to send that to the planet. And of course, it's going to be Han Solo that's going to do that.
General Solo.
Yeah.
I do like the caption here. After suffering several incredulous looks, which melt into admiration.
Hey, you're our resident liar. So anyway, and then and this of course is from the movie where he's like, well, I didn't ask Chewie, I didn't want to just assume you were in, but of course Chewie is like, hell yeah, let's do it.
And then Leia, of course, being like, hey, you're not leaving without me. A phrase that gets bandied about in this adaptation, which isn't really done in the movie at all, because again, Carrie Fisher, very efficient at cutting clunky dialogue. But Leia starts to call Han his generalship, which is obviously a play on like your royalness or your highness. Or
that doesn't work though at all.
It doesn't quite work, yeah.
No. I understand the impulse, but yikes. And then Luke, who has just been, I only imagine, waiting outside for the last 10 minutes to make his dramatic entrance. And I'm here too.
Hooray! Luke's here too.
I mean, this is basically some Lord of the Rings and my lightsaber.
I mean, that is the exact moment in the movie where it's like, and Luke rolls in at the exact right moment.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, and so, hey, but of course he's got some information, but it can wait. Can it?
What if Luke had just told Leia right here, hey, by the way, I think you might be my sister?
We would avoid some awkwardness later. I don't know. Like, it's Star Wars is just lousy with people holding on to information for seemingly no reason except for dramatic purposes.
Right. And now, is this... Yeah, in the what if of the Return of the Jedi, which is not what we will cover in Star Wars Infinity's Return of the Jedi. But
no. That one's pretty wild.
That one's way crazier. Anyway, but the what if of like, what if Luke had been like, by the way, hey everyone, pause this briefing. Yeah. Darth Vader's my dad. Leia, I think you're my sister. Shit's fucked. I cannot take part in this.
Like, it's big information, but it's also quickly disseminated, right? Like this whole idea about like, no, I can wait. It's not. It doesn't matter. Pretty life-changing information, anyway.
It's heavy stuff. I get it.
It is a matter that there is no time to pursue, is what the narration tells us. All right. So, thanks, comic.
Anyway, you get the brief exchange here between Lando and Han, where Han is giving Lando the use of the Millennium Falcon for this mission.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcon seems like such a bad ship for something like this.
Yeah, yes. Well, yeah, I mean, she's built for speed, but that's not what you need here.
You need, like, tight maneuverability, right?
Yeah. That's why the X-Wings and stuff make sense, or, even an A-Wing or a Y-Wing.
Pretty partial to the B-Wing myself, or a U-Wing.
Yeah, there you go. Sure, yeah. I'll take any wing.
Give me that whole alphabet squadron.
You got it. Yeah, sure. But it's our hero ship, so it's
going. I know. Yeah, fair enough.
And of course, I do like that they draw him with the appropriate, which I think of the salute that Lando does.
Mm-hmm. They're like, two-finger, get out of here, you pirate.
Yeah, all right. You crazy. Friends part, and a mission begins.
Han's got that sinking feeling. It's like he's never going to see her again, but
he will.
It'll definitely.
It'll be missing a satellite dish, but beyond that,
yeah, sure. This is mostly just Harrison Ford being like, "Get me out of this movie."
Am I done yet? I have to imagine there was on Return of the Jedi. There had to be a lot of like, "Are we wrapped?" When do we think this shot's going to be done? When do we think this shot's going to be done? Can my stand-in do this? Because at this point, between Star Wars and Empire, none of his other star vehicles really took off. But between Empire and Jedi, he has Indiana Jones.
Right.
So now he is a little bit like, yeah, I've got other stuff to do, guys.
He doesn't need Star Wars in the way that some of the other actors do.
Well, he's like, I think he should die in this. I really think Han Solo. It would make the most. I like the always goes. I just thought story wise, it would make the most sense. So it's like, sure, Harrison.
So anyway, now we got to fly casual because our shuttlecraft is approaching the forest moon. We got the big superstar destroyer off in the distance, and it's an old code, sir, but it checks out.
Mm-hmm. Whew. And then, but Vader's like, whoa. I sense something on that ship.
If you're an Imperial officer who's just like checking comms data, right? And it's like, this is a guy who's like doing flight logs, and Darth Vader is standing directly behind you saying, my God, something is off.
Yeah. You're like, what do you think we should do, Lord Vader?
Meanwhile, every instrument in front of you is saying, no, everything's fine. Like, how?
The computer says it's cool. Is that, what do you think? Just the idea of trying to do your job with Vader right behind you, and you just hear the...
Yeah, no. That's a death sentence is what that is.
Oh, God, why does he have to watch us work?
Darth Vader, the worst middle manager that exists, possibly?
Oh, my God, yeah. No, just pretend I'm not here.
As I breathe loudly directly behind you.
God damn it. I wish he'd go anywhere else. But he's like, no. Because they're just like, well, should I do something about it? He said, no. Let him pass.
I'll deal with this matter myself.
But it also feels like, oh, he's probably going to kill me later for letting them pass somehow. Even though he's not, because he's not going to be like, well, I did tell him. No, he'll be like, no, fuck that guy. I don't remember saying that.
Who's the Emperor going to believe? Me or a corpse?
God damn it. I hate this job.
This is why you never get assigned to the bridge.
No, yeah, terrible. All right, so we're on Endor now.
Endor! Amid teeming trees and lush foliage, the shuttle is hidden, and the rebel strike team moves toward its target.
Is it as lush and green as Yavin 4, which we spent paragraphs describing?
Well, nothing is ever as lush and as green as Roy Thomas describing it as lush and green.
Oh, Yavin 4! You want to take a vacation there.
The verdant, turgid trees of Yavin 4.
And then here we're just like, yeah, it's got some trees.
But, of course, because we can't not have them with us, R2 and 3PO are along, and 3PO's here to complain.
3PO ends up being important to this mission, but let's be honest, there's no real reason for him to be here.
R2, I understand. We're trying to get into an Imperial bunker. We need our little hacker droid with us.
Yes. R2 frequently has uses. Unless you're just trying to communicate with people, 3PO is dead weight.
Or if you need to, like, know the protocol for which salad fork to use so you don't offend the alien diplomat. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that we would describe as persnickety. All right, so they're sneaking up to the base.
Yep. And here's where this book starts to lose me a little bit, because this is where we start getting a lot, and I mean a lot, of our characters describing things that are happening off panel.
Oh, yeah. And we know a lot of Marvel comics, particularly of the 60s, 70s, and even to here now, there's a lot of that, which drives me insane about reading older comics, where you have Spider-Man saying things like, I'll just shoot my web over to that ledge. You're like, I'm watching you do it.
But this is even, like, more of kind of a comic book sin, because it is a visual medium in which we can show pictures of things, and instead we have Han Solo in a big dialogue bubble saying, 2 Imperial scouts. We never see those scouts. It'll take time to sneak around their campsite. We never see the campsite. If they spot us and report, this whole party will be for nothing. Stay put. Chewie and I will handle this. We don't know. We never see them sneaking. We don't see them moving around.
We've done it.
And then they've done it. But then we have a brawl is underway. We have outlines of Chewie and Han beating up people. But then Leia saying, the 2 others across the clearing. We never see them.
Got them. It's a lot of like, look over there. Yep, it got done.
Then Luke saying, so much for quiet. They're getting to their bikes. We never see them getting to their bikes. We've got to stop them.
Because, I mean, this is a full probably 10 to 15 minute sequence of the movie that is 1 page of this comic.
Yeah, and I realize, I understand that we have to compress time a little bit here, and there are certain cuts that this book is going to make that I totally understand, cutting certain sequences for time, but when you compress a sequence like this, and especially when you're just like, not even visually showing us a dynamic way in which the sequence plays out, but instead just describing it through still images of characters saying dialogue about things that aren't on the page, it gets frustrating.
Absolutely. It's a little annoying. And then, I mean, then we cut to, but by God, we have a full page of Han Solo socking a scout trooper.
Which doesn't even happen in the movie.
I mean, it's actually way more Indiana Jonesy, the way it's like a big haymaker.
And he because in the movie, he just, does that weird, flip of the guy over his shoulder.
Yeah. And then here he's like, hey, buddy, crack.
Crack, yeah. And look, do I love the image of Han Solo just really socking it to a scout trooper? Yeah. Of course.
Who doesn't? I love seeing any of these troopers getting what's coming to them.
The definition on this trooper's thighs, though, is maybe a little much.
Hey, this guy never skipped leg day. That's all I know.
This guy never skips leg day. He's missing some crucial pieces of armor there to show off the beef.
Yeah, check it out. But also, he's a little insecure about his height, because look at the heels on those boots.
Oh, the Scout Trooper boots got heels, John.
Do they? I don't remember that offhand. Now, see,
sure.
That's where you've paid more attention than I have.
Maybe I've just looked into, okay, what would it take to buy a Stormtrooper armor one too many times?
That's would be where that would happen. I have never had that thought in my life. That does not look like something I want to wear. They don't show off the boots. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
The reason it stands out in my head, a little bit different than they're on there, but it's mostly because in my head I have the image of them doing the thrust and acceleration on the side of the speeder bikes, and so I have a clear image of their shoes in my head.
Yeah, there's the close-up of that. Yeah. Anyway, Crack, he got him.
Crack. And now we've got our speeder bike chase, which is maybe the most thrilling action scene in the movie, right?
Yeah. And then this was one of the big ones where they talk about having to figure out how to do this. The ILM team really spent a lot of time on this. And I love, they rely on this a lot. It's the same thing they did with Endor, where it just says, "Pursuit!" exclamation point.
Luke and the princess leap to the machines of the scouts Han and Chewbacca have dispatched.
Yeah. This really, you don't need to see the movie. This really, read a couple words that describe some action.
Yeah. But as they narrow the gap in high-speed chase, weaving in and out among Endor's towering trees. Luke, we've just passed 2 more scouts. We see 2 more scouts, but not them passing. They're coming right after us. We see them shooting, but no one in particular. And then we hard cut to Luke leaping off his speeder onto another guy's speeder.
If there's one thing you would think the comic would really spend some time on, it's this chase sequence, because it's the big, like we said, it's a huge action set piece. But here they're just like,
It's hard to show off really thrilling pursuit and movement in a comic book a lot of the time, especially where vehicles are concerned. Like, I can't really name you a good car chase in a comic book outside of maybe like Fraction and Aha's Hawkeye.
It can be done. It is hard. It can be done, and it more so recently stuff like, David Aja can definitely pull that off. But you're right that it is hard to convey quick movements like that.
Or what was that Black Widow run that came out years back? That was
Mark Waid, Chris Samnee run has amazing chase sequences in it.
But they devote like a whole issue to like a chase sequence in that.
Well, and they do a lot of like where you're breaking it up into, and Aja does this too, right? You're breaking it up into big panels, little panels, focusing in on specific details of like a wheel turning or an arrow in the air and stuff like that. So you're getting this boom, 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 propulsive momentum, and they're sort of finding ways to actually make more panels than there should be on the page. It's very, I mean, it's all very clever, but it is tough. Yes, I agree.
So here we just have a lot of like, what if the speeder bike chase was split up into pause the movie every 40 seconds, and that's sort of what we get here. Yeah,
it is that. There's a lot of explosions and like people flying through the air.
A kick makes the new rocket bike Luke's. Oh, I get it. A kick makes the new rocket bike Luke's because he kicks the other stormtrooper off the bike. We don't actually see that. Anyway, he slams into the braking mode, and his 2 surprise pursuers whip past him into his line of fire. And he shoots them because that's what happens in the movie.
Yes. And so, that guy goes, one falls. It doesn't so much fall as he's thrown by an explosion from the look of it. But
yeah, it's actually cooler in the movie because he explodes by flying straight into a tree.
Yeah. Which is always one of the things that sticks out to me from that sequence, is just a guy going,
"No!" But then this sequence, at least they like slow down a little bit and break it down as Luke has to escape his exploding speeder bike. He gets up. The other speeder bike is circling back around to kill him. Luke's got his lightsaber out. He deflects a couple of shots, sidesteps, and whips down and cuts the speeder bike's nose off.
Now this they show, because this is something that comes, right? So they show, boom, 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 this happened.
Yeah.
And then I will say, there is a hell of a lot more flames in the comic than there are in the movie.
Well, look, we got some dramatic flame backgrounds to do, John.
I don't remember this guy just turning into fire.
Actually, in the movie, I'm pretty sure he does just turn into fire. We don't see a smoking corpse, so...
Yeah, just his smoldering corpse, and Luke's like, yeah, that's what you get.
It is over until, chillingly, Luke realizes there is no sign of Leia or the enemy she pursued.
What? Cliffhanger as we cut back to the Death Star.
Yeah, so, interesting cut here. We don't get the thing in the movie where it's Wicket and Leia meeting. Like, that just doesn't happen in the comic.
Yeah, that's not important.
I mean, honestly, if I'm going to lose a scene...
Yeah, but it does... I mean, it is our introduction to the Ewoks.
True. But also, if you had to lose a scene...
But it's also a scene that you could have done in like one panel of just Wicket coming up upon her.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to fight for it too much, but I'm just, Anyway, let's get back to the real important stuff, which is Vader and the Emperor.
Yeah. The new Death Star circles, and the Emperor holds audience.
Does the Emperor call him my friend in the movie? That feels weird to me.
My friend.
I guess if you say it like that, it does sound creepy.
It's a condescending friend.
Please don't ever say that again. God.
I know a small rebel force has penetrated the shield and landed on Endor, but...
What's up, old buddy? Chum. My boon companion.
Buddy boy.
Yeah. Yeah, creepy.
But yeah, Vader's like, hey, my kid's down there, and Emperor's like, well, they better go get him then.
Yeah. Hey, go get him. It'll be a nice father-son reunion. It doesn't play into my evil machinations at all or anything.
His compassion for you will be his undoing. He will come to you, and you will bring him to me.
Ignore the evil laugh. It has nothing to do with it.
Oh, please. Like, there's one person that he could evil laugh around without apologizing. It would be Vader.
But it is just like this thing where they both kind of know they're gonna fuck each other over, right? Like Vader and
for sure.
Yeah. There's always this thing about like, yeah, and then it'll work out for both of us. Oh yes, yeah, both of us will be really happy with how this turns out. Like they're both planning to stab each other in the back here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's been a pretty consistent beat in their relationship for a long, long time at this point. And the Vader comics of the more recent Marvel era have gone into this in detail.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 100%. Yeah. That like this is far from the first time they've actively tried to kill each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on Endor.
Not with an exclamation point this time, just now Endor.
Endor?
And Endor. And so Luke and Han are worried about where Leia is.
Yeah, where the heck is Leia? Meanwhile, I'm wondering, where the heck is the rest of the soldiers? Weren't they around somewhere?
Nah. That's more time it takes to draw people.
In the movie, there's a bit of an exchange where Han's like, hey, you, take the squad. We'll meet you at the bunker later. We got to find Leia.
Here they're like, we can't draw everybody. Yeah.
But Rex is here, John.
Not Rex. Yeah, because Rex, everybody knew Rex was in 1983.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't retconned to be some old beardy guy in the background.
See that guy back there? That's Rex.
And yes, nerds, I know that technically old beardy guy we see in the movie is a character called Nick Sant in the expanded universe, and whether or not he has been retconned to be Rex, the clone trooper from the Clone Wars, is a matter of fierce debate in certain circles.
Yeah, I definitely knew that.
Anyway.
So yeah, they're like, I don't know, where's Leia?
They keep looking around, and then Chewie finds a carcass on a stick and says, lunch.
That's good eats.
This part in this movie always kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it makes Chewie a dum-dum.
Well, it makes him very dog-like in a way of like, oh, food, oh, no, Chewie, uh-oh.
Because, like, Chewie's a smart guy. He's fixing the Millennium Falcon. He's a co-pilot.
So to just suddenly make him be like, my tummy's rumbling, I don't have to think about the consequences.
To turn him into Shaggy and Scooby-Doo as an amalgam character is a disservice.
Well, I mean, yeah, it really didn't help that they did put a big hoagie out there for him to go after.
If it was a hoagie, I'd understand. This is a literal, like, deer carcass on a stick.
Yeah, is this what Chewie's eating? I mean, I understand he would probably eat whatever it is, but, like, in general, he's just like, meat.
I think he's probably a carnivore, but like guy enjoys a good meatball sub.
That's what I'm saying, though. But he's pretty domesticated at this point. He's this desperate that he's just like, a carcass I gots to eat.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the Ewok trap. They get caught up in the net. They got limbs sticking out in different directions. It's funny.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I will say the Ewoks are, little did we know, a precursor to what George's sense of humor is that ends up with a Jar Jar, where you're just like, it's a lot of like, when I go back and watch Return of the Jedi now, I'm like, oh yeah, that's not funny, George.
but they're all up in a net and they can't get out.
Yeah, he defaults to goofy a lot if he wants to be funny. There's a lot of that. It's the same. There's the shot in the movie where like one of the Ewoks goes to throw a rock and accidentally hits himself in the head, and you're just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, George, come on, man, this is beneath you."
Well,
It's funny because he hit himself.
talk about George Lucas's problematic inclinations. We have the native people suddenly assuming that the golden droid is a god.
Yeah, of course, that's the way they get out of this.
Yeah. So they are getting captured. 3PO is like, well, it's against my programming to impersonate a deity, even though I guess he just couldn't. He can speak the Ewok language. Could he just not say, I am not a god?
Yes, but I guess he's smart enough to know that can work to their advantage.
But he says his programming is not to impersonate a deity.
Yeah.
And again, talking about exactly where the limits of droid programming versus personality come in is a rabbit hole we cannot allow ourselves to fall into.
Yes, exactly. He's doing whatever the story needs him to.
Yeah, is basically the thing here, right?
Yes, that's it exactly. So I do like that Han is ready to just shoot all these little bastards.
There's the what if. What if Han shoots first against the Ewoks?
Yeah. Ah, die, you furry little sons of bitches.
Could he have taken all these things out before he gets a spear to the chest?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the Ewoks aren't interesting. I mean, look, I don't want to get into an Ewok thing here because, I mean, my God, it's been debated for decades. But like,
John,
it is
we're in the Ewok space right now. You're in a safe Ewok space.
Well, it's just always been a thing about like how impressive a warrior group are they? They're tiny little creatures with spears, but then my God, what the damage they're able to do.
I always consider the fact that like they've built up this treetop civilization that speaks to a certain amount of complexity. We also see that they have the capability of taking down larger game via like all the weird bones and headdresses they have, right? They have a series of complex traps that implies that they've taken down large like forest monsters.
I will give you all of that. But they're able to take down an incredibly superior force.
Yeah. And this book sort of
like, I'll give it to them because I'm willing to go with the story, but it is like
Yeah. You just kind of got to go with it. It ain't that kind of movie.
It's a slightly tough buy, but I'm like, okay, movie. It's not my favorite. As I said, I have my issues with Return of the Jedi more than the other two, and a lot of it has to do with this.
Fair enough.
I don't hate it. I'm not an Ewok hater, but I don't love them either.
How do you feel about Ewoks being able to blink?
Oh, I could care less.
Okay.
I think that's a stupid waste of anyone's time or money to make that happen. So,
sure.
It always pissed me off. Like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, nobody else was really upset about this, George.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else was really worried about the dead, glassy eyes of the Ewoks.
Yeah, I never really thought of why. I mean, before he brought that up, I was like, it was just like, oh, yeah, I guess they didn't blink. What? Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me.
The weird stuff that George has fixated on, and it's steamed him for years. And you're just like, really? You were thinking, okay, all right.
Yeah. Hey.
Anyway.
McClunky,
yeah. All right. And so Han's like, 3PO, pretend to be a god already.
But then we have the reference here to the medicine man. This is definitely like, the original script when referring to the Ewoks was definitely a little bit more like Lucas leaning into some stereotypes of tribal peoples.
Yeah, absolutely. Kasdan's tearing apart a room somewhere over. Son of a bitch, George won't listen to me. He was mad during the making of this movie, for those who...
For many reasons.
I don't know if this specifically was one of them, but just in general, there seemed to be a lot of that guy bashing his head against stuff.
But hey, what's this? Somebody says let them go, and it's Leia.
Yeah. Because
Leia in her forest princess outfit.
yeah, the fact that she makes an outfit change is interesting.
Also, she is the one. She says one of these little folks, the Ewoks, found me after my run-in with the Imperials.
Yeah.
Is the word Ewok ever said in the film?
That's a good question.
I don't think so.
Is it not?
I do not believe it is.
Man. I wonder if I can search this.
But the fact that Leia names drops them, like, I know that doesn't happen in the movie.
One of these little Ewoks. Yeah, it does sort of feel like they just sort of refer to them as like the little... here's your answer. No, it was never used other than the script and the credits.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. No character uses the word Ewok in dialogue. They are simply referred to as the inhabitants of Endor.
Yeah? Because, like, how would they know? Unless 3PO would tell them, right?
Right. And as they bring up, Wicket is never called by name, even though we know that's his name.
Sure. Again, half the characters in Star Wars, we only know their name because that's what it says in the toy box.
And it's interesting. I will say one of the interesting things about it as a franchise is how much that has mattered, right? Like, I can't think of many other franchises that have this level of, like, ubiquity, right? Like, everyone knows what an Ewok is. From not the movie.
Yeah. I mean, again, like you said, it was in the credits, so you stay for long enough after the film, it says Ewok.
Yeah, they say as the Ewoks or whatever the actors played them, yeah. And of course, it would be remiss if we didn't mention it was supposed to be the Wookiees, and now we can move on. There's a piece of trivia, folks.
But what if it were the Wookiees?
Yeah, that would be pretty rad. It would be a different movie for sure. This would be a lot more badass, I feel like, than cute.
If this was taking place above an enslaved Kashyyyk and all of this was part of a Wookiee uprising. Oh,
yeah, just the tone of the third act would be way different, I feel like. And of course, we kind of got that sequence in Revenge of the Sith. I mean, it doesn't have the impact of this, obviously, but we do get to see Kashyyyk and the Wookiees. And of course, Yoda's best friend, Chewbacca.
His best friend is Tarful, and Chewbacca just happened to be there.
That's right. See, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Does it, George?
Anyway, Luke's like, hey, use your magic, and 3PO's like, what magic? And then Luke floats the chair.
Yeah. Classic.
They're
doing antics.
We got some bits.
Yeah. Great bits. That's what I want. And so he levitates the chair, and he goes, I don't know what's happening.
One bit we actually pretty much lose in its entirety, which isn't the worst thing in the world, is R2's antagonism towards the Ewoks.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That never made any sense to me.
We get a single panel of R2 going brap against an Ewok with an axe.
It honestly feels like he was just like, hey, I'm the cute creature in these movies. Stay in your lane. And of course, I don't know if I mentioned that before. The Ewoks were the main reason that David Lynch turned the movie down.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because he's like, I don't do cute, George.
I'm glad he's honest about his own brand.
I don't know how to film that. Like, he's like, I have no idea how to present something as cute.
And again, the David Lynch version of the Ewoks would be like horrible little... Terrifying.
Yeah.
Cannibal creatures.
Well, watch his Dune movie. It's pretty. Yeah. There's some messed up imagery in that. So because that's what he ended up doing instead. Of course, he's like, I've got a space epic in me somewhere.
Sure.
No, I have no idea why they. It's so strange to me that people saw the Elephant Man and were like, this guy needs to make a space movie. Okay. Anyway, so yes, there is a stare down between R2 and an Ewok, which is kind of fun.
Just a brief aside.
Yeah. Anyway, now Luke's sad.
Luke is melancholy. There's a lot of melancholy Luke in this sequence.
Yeah.
And this is where him and Leia have the confrontation, and he is like, oh, by the way, you're my sister.
Yeah. And
This has also raised a bunch of questions about this line in particular raises so many questions among fans about, like, okay, how is this possible? Because Luke asked Leia, do you remember your mother, your real mother?
And she says she does.
And she says she does, which is obviously impossible.
She died when I was very young. And by that, I mean like 5 minutes old. It doesn't.
The no prize here that when Leia says, like, I can only recall little things, feelings, really images. She was very beautiful, very gentle and kind, but sad. The no prize for that is like, okay, Leia is force sensitive. We know this. Maybe she has some kind of force impression of Padme.
But Luke doesn't.
Yeah.
And Luke is also, of course, extremely force sensitive, obviously.
Yeah, but the force expresses itself in, like, different methodologies and powers, right? Like, you have certain people that have more, like, psychokinetic, being able to read objects and stuff.
The force is an amazing out in this franchise. Because you can always be like, it's very mysterious. It works in many ways. You know, it's like, yeah. And so you're just like, okay, anything can be like I mean, it's kind of ingenious in a lot of ways, right? That you're just like, yeah, the force did it.
I really like the Acolyte for that reason, is that we got a lot of different expressions of what the Force can do.
Well, it really just solidified what has always been the case, or let's say it embraced the idea that the Force is different things to different people, right? And that different people can, filter it through their own person to do what needs to happen. I mean, and and that whole show obviously provoked a god-awful discussion, but it should, in theory, shut people up about, like, well, why can this person do something? And I mean, boy, the amount of people that got upset about force projection in Last Jedi, I'm just like, who's to say that you couldn't? I mean, like, where was it ever said you couldn't do that in the Force? Just because somebody hadn't done it.
I mean, the more egregious one for me was the force healing in Rise of Skywalker that was done, like, the week or two before on The Mandalorian. Yeah.
To a smaller extent. The Mandalorian idea of healing a single wound is one thing from a fatal stab wound. It's like, whoa, okay, then that is, like, all powerful. And of course, the joke always became, then why didn't Obi-Wan save Qui-Gon if that's possible?
And again, that different people can do different things.
Yeah, luckily Rey and Grogu can, though.
Well, luckily Rey can do basically everything.
Yeah, Rey is ill-defined, and that's a shame.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of definition, some really intense drawings of Luke here.
Oh my God, he's my father, Leia. Darth Vader is my father. And the way that Hamill says in the movie is actually very serene. Like, he's contemplated, but he's not like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
He's more just like, he's my father, Leia. Like, because once again, the comic always wants to pump up Luke in his intensity, when, especially as the movies go forward, and Hamill really, it's a very underrated performance for how good it is. The arc he's able to play as this guy becomes this Jedi master, right? And so he is just like, this is how it is, sort of, is more the tone he has in this scene to me.
And I think Fisher's play in this scene is also good, but it's also a little bit overdrawn in the comic of just like, she's coming at this scene where it's like, I don't understand, like, this is a different Luke Skywalker than the kid who rescued me from the Death Star.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to wrap my head around that. And she can't really.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things I really love about the Star Wars trilogy is that you really do go on, and it's kind of one of the faults of the aforementioned Rey stuff, is that you don't have the same feeling of the journey, kind of, but not really. That journey of this guy, this going from total. In fact, it actually, when people talk about Luke being kind of whiny in the first movie, it's like, I think that actually works for his journey.
Yeah. And again, the big problem there with the sequel trilogy is more that Rey's journey is more internal than external. She is given a lot of power and capability right out of the get-go, whereas
Yeah.
Luke's power and capability is sort of, we scratch at the surface of it over and over again until it is fully realized in Return of the Jedi.
Right. Yeah. It's just more satisfying as an audience member, and that's no slight against the character or Daisy Ridley's performance by any stretch of imagination. I think it's just a miscalculation in the writing, and maybe some of the inconsistency of having two writers who don't seem to agree with each other.
Right, exactly. So Luke goes on to explain that, hey, you're my sister. I have to go confront Vader. But if I don't leave you all now, I'm going to put the mission in danger. So you just got to let me do this, Leia.
I got to go do my own thing.
Leia bringing up the very good point of just like, run. But obviously, Luke needs to confront his destiny.
A line that is definitely not in the movie, and if it is, then I have blocked it out, is goodbye, sweet, sweet Leia.
Yeah, that's not there.
That's a disaster. If that was ever in any version of the script, everyone needs to lose their job.
Yeah.
This scene is clipped down a little bit in the movie, I think.
Yeah, again, I think there's some dialogue here that we can lose and still have it conveyed in like a look and an expression in the actors emoting.
Because like the whole thing about, because I love the way it's written in the movie too, is the force is strong in my family. My father has it, I have it, and my sister has it. And obviously in the movie that is more played on when he says my sister has it, on a close up of Fisher having that realization, than him just being like, yeah, you're my sister.
Yeah.
Because that's actually very well handled. Anyway, goodbye, sweet Liz. I just saw it again. It's so bad. Anyway, so now Luke is turning himself over to Darth Vader.
Morning.
Stop with the exclamation points. God.
An Imperial walker halts at the Empire's Endor landing platform, where on its lower deck a tall figure waits patiently, ominously.
Yeah. It's Darth Vader.
It's Darth Vader, yeah. We know him.
I love this guy, too. He was armed only with this, sir. A lightsaber, isn't it? He just wanted to be like, this is a fucking lightsaber, you idiot.
God. Weird coloring error here. Maybe this is just the digital version, but when Darth Vader ignites his lightsaber, two things. One, ignites it on the wrong end, and two, it's the wrong color.
Yeah, we can argue a coloring error on one thing. The other one is just straight up inaccurate. It looks, it's very. Nope, I've impaled myself.
And like sometimes with lightsabers, you could be forgiven for not knowing which end is the end that the laser comes out of.
Sure.
But in this particular model that Luke has, it is very obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. Still probably my favorite lightsaber.
Ooh, that's a toughie. I always lean towards Dooku's like curved dueling lightsaber.
Is rad. It is rad. No question about it. But I have always loved the Luke's Return of the Jedi green saber.
Sure.
Is pretty awesome. But yes, the other one that also comes to mind is the same, which is that Dooku is just it's so rad.
And like they're dumb, but I kind of love the Inquisitor like spinny sabers too.
They make no sense, but they do look cool as hell. And of course, I was 10 years old. We were both 10 years old when Phantom Menace came out. And the second I saw someone ignite a second blade out of a lightsaber, it changed my whole life.
Yes. Correct.
What? Seeing that trailer and being like, dear God.
That's allowed?
Yeah, it was like, holy God. It did. It was a fundamental moment of like, everything I know is different now. We are nerds.
It's true.
We say on our Star Wars podcast. Anyway, and so Vader's just like, so I guess you've accepted it. I'm your dad, and this is happening.
But Luke, ever the paladin, is like, come with me, father. I will not turn, and you will be forced to destroy me.
I love the way this, and this is in the movie too, of course, the way this is just like, he's like, I'm going to turn you to the dark side. He's like, oh, not so fast, Dad. I'm going to turn you to the light side. Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens. Next issue.
But yeah, next issue, because the issue does kind of abruptly end here.
I hope
with
this all
Darth
works
Vader
out.
being like, "I'm taking you to the Emperor," and
I really hope this all works out for everybody.
it works out for most everybody.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can think of one or two people it decidedly doesn't work out for.
There's a couple guys who are going to be real sad come the end of this. Although another movie kind of asked that maybe it did work out for one of those guys. I've said it. I'm getting close to violating that clause in my contract about not mentioning those movies.
I was going to say, I think it works out fine for Anakin because he goes on to have a nice, meaningful conversation with his apprentice later.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems to really be thriving in the afterlife.
Hey, if there's one thing that really mellows people out, it's being dead.
Yeah. Yeah. He's living his best life in the
anyway, then we got some pinups. We got our Imperial speeder bike in captions
really
Endor.
And then, of course, you got General Lando Calrissian going, how about this pose, ladies?
Ladies.
Adjusting his belt.
We've got Admiral Akbar's Mon Calamari command ship, Home 1, as it were.
Very cool. And then, weirdly, a scene from the next issue, because he's holding Luke's lightsaber here.
Yeah, it's the Emperor in parentheses, Death Star throne room.
He goes, hold on, take this photo of me like I'm giving an order. Yes. Holding up one finger. That's it. Looks like I'm in charge.
Did we get those little gleams of light off of my throne? My spinny chair?
Yeah, check it out. I just had this thing built. Pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet.
Anyway, there you go, folks.
Well, we have one last pinup, and it's an important one for me.
Oh, yeah.
It is, of course, the Imperial TIE Interceptors.
With
twin ion engines. Now, John, what is wrong with this caption?
That they don't have twin ion engines?
Wrong.
Oh, what is it?
That TIE stands for twin ion engines.
Ah, it's an ATM machine mistake.
It's an ATM machine mistake. Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Come on, people. What are we doing?
It should be an asterisk and then a definition.
Correct. Yes.
There you go. Of course. Yes. I forgot that is what TIE stands for.
Let us not forget that TIE indeed stands for twin ion engines. Let us never forget.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, that is the issue.
I'm sure they got letters about that. They probably.
Thank you for coming with me over to Mike's pedantic corner.
Yeah. Anyway,
I live there full time.
Yeah, I was gonna say come over to. You're speaking from there right now.
Yes, I've never left.
Well, if you want even more of that, what a great segue into this. You can hear more of Mike being pedantic, I guess. Probably in some of our bonus content over on our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/punchupent. That's punchupent. You get cool exclusive bonus content as well as helping support all the shows on the Punch Up Entertainment Network. It's greatly appreciated. We love our patrons, and like we said, we provide a lot of content on there.
So much content, and then there's even more over on YouTube. Can you believe it?
There is. Yeah.
We're lousy with content over at youtube.com/@punchupentertainment. While you're there, you can watch all of our shows. The best way to watch this show, you can read the comic along with us, see our beautiful mugs, and as our faces go, oh
God, is that right? Yeah. Yeah.
But we also have our YouTube exclusive stuff over there, like Punch Up Plays, as well as the current mini campaign of Material Components, The Shadow Kingdom, run by friend of the network, Cole Fiala, and produced very handsomely by friend of all of us, Reed Morris, making the main feed Material Components sound like crap by comparison.
Oh, good. That's good. Forget the crap we've done before. This is the new.
But also, of course, season 3 of Material Components has started up, so find that on all your feeds as well as over on YouTube. And while you're there, please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments below. What did you think TIE stood for before you learned correctly that it was for twin ion engines?
Mm-hmm. Does it have anything to do with the fact he looks like a bow tie as well? Well,
that's what I always thought before I learned better.
We're here to educate is really what the
educate, really. Yeah. But I think that is going to do it for us this week. As always, I have been Mike Gergoni.
I'm John Campbell.
And remember, may the panel be with you.